Hey geeks, it's Andrea, and I am so happy to be back after way too long and just way too much personal stuff. None of that matters now though, because right now I am in the mood to get down and play a nice platformer. Alright geeks, let's go.
5. Paulo Night.
Let's kick this list off with one of the best platformers to come out in the last few years. I know that sounds like a huge proclamation, but it's a great game worthy of such a statement. The art style is pleasant and enjoyable to feast your eyes on while you play as this teeny tiny little knight. While the map is decently sized and has a lot of great things to unlock during your time playing, your little guy and all other characters are pretty tiny, bug-sized in fact. This little kingdom is made up of adorable little insects. If you've been on the fence about playing this one, I suggest hopping off that fence and giving it a try. This little indie game will keep you entertained for hours. The only negative feeling you will probably have is realizing you can't experience it again for the first time after you've played it.
4. BattleBlock Theater.
It has been a few years since BattleBlock Theater came out, but it is still one of those games that I personally randomly come back to. While it is a lot of fun to play this challenging little platformer alone, I highly recommend bringing a friend in as your number 2. Preferably one that doesn't get upset when you RDM him over and over and over again. You will likely spend a good chunk of your time finding ways to get your partner to fall into the water or fling them somewhere they definitely should not be flung to. If you aren't spending your time playing this game cracking up with your second player, you're doing it wrong. Your sides should be aching with laughter by the time you finally give up. The game itself is a fun little platformer and has a cute little story, but I have to say, my favorite thing about the game has to be the narrator. Will Stamper did an amazing job at bringing life and personality to the game. Coming from a person who plays a decent amount of her games muted, this is one you will enjoy listening to.
3. Limbo.
Limbo is one of those games that Googling will present you with positive scores all over the place. People all over the internet praise this game and have fond memories of it. Without playing it, you might have a hard time understanding why just from a glance. If you look at screen caps, it might just look like another simplified random indie platformer. While that is fair, there is a beautiful, rich story underneath those dark monochrome graphics. Also, pretty much everything is out to get you, which generally makes for a pretty great time. Through all of the simplified graphics and beautiful story, they are able to cram so much imagination into this monochrome masterpiece.
2. Super Meat Boy.
Super Meat Boy is one of those super amazing and fun games that also make you want to rip your hair out. I tend to not play this in front of people that would be offended by someone swearing up and down because the strings of swear words that I put together just don't even make sense half the time. When I play, somehow common words become swear words. Don't ask me how, but that's just what happens. I remember once using celery in a line of insults towards my character, or at least my own lack of skills in that moment. I don't know how to feel about that. Probably a lot of shame. Anyway, the game is definitely not unbeatable, so do not take the frustration as a turn off from it. It is a lot of fun, and you will become a better platformer if you play. Also, you will die. A lot. Sometimes in really, really dumb ways. Again, and again, and again. So, there's that. There are also over a dozen playable characters, so you can die just the way you want to. All of this being said, I strongly recommend against replaying it for the first time in years to try to get footage for a video when you are used to playing it just fine on controller, but for some reason your controller isn't working for the first time ever in game, and somehow your dumb little brain just can't wrap your head around basic jumps on a keyboard. Not that I'm describing anything specific or anything like that.
Number 1. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Crash Bandicoot originally came out in a time where platformers were the king of the console. In general, releasing the remake of a classic beloved game is the way into the hearts of anyone who played them as a child. Personally, Crash Bandicoot came out a little bit before my time as a young gamer, but I still loved playing it as an adult. You know, through completely legal means and definitely not by using emulators. I would never do such a thing. Anyway, this revamping of the classic gives new gamers a chance to experience Crash for the first time, as well as giving others a chance to relive their childhood in higher quality. This is a little time sensitive, but if you are watching this video in October of 2019, you can pick the game up as well as several others for just $12 in the current Humble Bundle monthly. It also includes Spyro, which is one of my personal favorite platformers, so I highly recommend picking up the pair while you can. There's a link below if you want to get there in the nice and lazy way. Alright geeks, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. As I said before, I am really happy to be back, and I hope we have a lot more fun to come. Do me a favor and subscribe, leave a comment, and blah 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 everything else. The t-shirt of the video is this lovely Chew My Balls shirt. You can pick yours up today if you want to be a geeky little goofball. Alright geeks, I'll see you next time.